Hey, it's Coach and Tosh with Tactical Hyve. We're out here on the range today. We're going to talk a little bit about guns and gear. Okay, so this setup here is lightweight. I've got, I just picked this PSA Jackal up. It's 5.56, so I'm still playing with the setup. I mean, it's got the pistol brace. You know, it's got a 10-inch barrel, so that's a pistol. Angle foregrip. This was just the upper, and it fits on your existing pistol AR lower. Romeo 5, because man, I beat the hell out of these things, and they're still working. I've got my simple backup irons on here because you always want to have backup irons, and I haven't quite decided on a light for it yet because you know the way you hold this thing, your charging handle's right up here, and I don't want to get in the way. You know, if I've got to address the charging handle, I don't want anything in the way here. So I'm still figuring out what I want to do for a light with this one.
I got a question for you. Is that a non-reciprocating charging handle?
Yeah, this is a non-reciprocating charging handle. Nice. So you can charge it, and then yeah, there's not even a spring pushing it back. So yeah, it runs a sled under here, and all it does is bring the bolt to the rear.
Nice.
There's other people out there with videos on the PSA Jackal. So far, so good. It's a good piece of kit.
Nice.
What do you got going on there?
So I got the MDRX, of course. It's a bullpup. It's got a 16-inch barrel with a linear comp. Fairly lightweight, still kind of hefty. You know, it's gas piston, so it runs a little bit heavy. And it's just easy to manipulate with one hand. And it's everything's ambidextrous on it, which I don't need.
Yeah,
but,
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
for somebody else that picks it up.
For
right?
somebody else, it's a really handy weapon system for me, and it shoots. This system shoots 223 wildy or wild, and 5.56 without any issues.
Gotcha.
And it's just set up for me.
What do you got for your optic there?
So this is Primary Arms 3 power.
Okay.
Microscope.
How you like it?
I love it. I just haven't decided if this is what I want to run on this weapon system. I think I might go back to a red dot on this and put this on a different, probably AR I have.
Okay.
So
yeah, ambidextrous. You also got your throw lever, so in case this does screw up on you, you can get off.
Yeah, I got the iron sights on there. I put the rear iron sight because you have to get this back in order to use it. So I put the rear iron sight backwards. So when I flip it up, it flips up.
As close as you can get it, yeah.
That way.
Sense. I ran into the same problem with my MCX Virtus. In order to get that the scope far enough back, you know, you got to adjust where you put your hands, which is it's cool. And now, how's the CG on that one? The center of gravity, is it pretty balanced?
It's the balance is back, but the balance is back on you. So manipulating this weapon system one-handed, I could do this all day long. You know what I mean? If I need to. The only, and I've mentioned this in another video, the only downside is if you go high port with it, it's a little bit cumbersome, more so than like a traditional rifle system.
But with your particular issues, does that one work better for you? I noticed that you have got more than one bullpup designed gun.
Yeah, for me, it works out fine. It's the gun for the handicapped, I guess.
All right, so next, the support gear for that, I'm running, this is a Blue Force gear, 10-speed rig. It's nice and light. It holds the magazines up tight and close to your body. Now, taking them out is not a problem. Putting them back in, well, hopefully you're not doing that in any kind of hurry, but you want to be able to take them out nice and smooth, and this works really good. Underneath that, I got a Premier body armor that's 3A plate, and it's really lightweight. I mean, you forget that you have it on, and then you can put on whatever you want over this. Again, 3A, it's going to stop most pistol rounds. You know, not so good for rifle.
So what's this configuration? What would you use this for?
Oh, this is just your go-to. This is like, okay, I've got this sitting here next to this, ready to react. Plate carrier, I have a plate carrier too. It's just, you know, judge your threat, you know.
Right.
You figure most bad guys are gonna be running around with pistols. If I'm thinking I'm gonna face somebody with a rifle, I'm putting plates on.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just a grab and go kind of thing.
Yeah, this is grab and go. I mean, it's got, you know, magazines just in case I don't have magazines down here. I've got extras here on the kit. That's there's some redundancy here, just for, you know, practicality's sake. You never know what's going to happen. And remember, as a civilian sheepdog, you're always reacting. Okay, you're not out there hunting. You're reacting to the threat. So you just kind of plan ahead and you know, build your gear to as close as you can to what you perceive your threat's going to be. Now, you spend a lot of time sitting in cars, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Doing a lot of surveillance and just hanging out in bad neighborhoods. So I would wear this, now that we have these, I'll probably wear that on a regular basis when I'm just doing surveillance. And yeah, just have that on just as, because this is not just pistol caliber, it also good against knife, right?
Yeah.
So I would use something like that. Now, if I know, like when I do stuff with Saved in America and we're actually trying to recover a girl, if we know we're going in a bad neighborhood, I might go with a heavier body armor like what I have here, but I still don't want to be super bulky. So what I have on underneath my chest rig here.
So we're talking here that this is for a higher threat, shorter duration of time.
Yeah.
You're going to do something at that point.
Yeah, because this, what is this, level 4? I guess you can handle 7.62. Yeah. It's got multiple layers of spall protection. So it'll take quite a few rounds before it starts spreading that everywhere.
Yeah, right up into your chin.
Yeah. So I went with this. This is a multi-purpose chest rig. So I can hold 5.56 mags in it. And I can also hold 7.62 mags in it. And that's what I use that for. And it's the same concept as that.
Yeah.
It's multi-purpose because I can't make up my mind whether I like 7.62 or 5.56, right? The other thing I like about this is I can push it out of the way and just carry my mags like this, more like a traditional H harness type kind of thing.
And on a cold day, it looks like you could probably put a coat on it.
Yeah, you can put a coat on it. And then I've gone with, easy take off, and then I've got this, like, I don't know who makes it. I just got this bikini plate carrier.
It is sexy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, with the heavy plates, it's not that bad. I could wear this all day.
A fair round of
all the movement, all that extra stuff that you have on a traditional plate carrier, it's gone, and you essentially just have this.
Right.
So I will be using this for those higher threat jobs that I do.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to your, what do you got for your sidearm there?
So I'm like you, I got the 320, I love it, but I'm using the subcompact.
Okay.
With that, I have an old light because it's a light that can fit on there. It's a pretty good light. I like it. I know it's Chinese made, but I still love it. And it's the shorter, smaller.
Yeah, it's pretty much the smallest package you can get these days.
And then I went with the Icarus grip on it. With a Alien Gear level 3 holster.
Nice. Okay, and then you got your flashlight just in case you're...
Yeah, spare flashlight. I mean, these were made years ago. I don't know if anybody's still rocking these, but these were made by Safariland, and it's a quick detach light that you can put, well, you can put it on a rail. Boom, I got a light.
There you go. That solves a lot of problems for for you.
Yeah.
You used something like that overseas, didn't you?
Yeah. I've always been a fan of this. When this first came out, I had to have it. You know, I think it actually came out before I lost my hand, and I just saw the use for it. I got it originally because, remember, nobody was making holsters that held lights.
Yep.
So we had to find a way to put a light on a pistol, and so this was their answer at that time.
Right on, and it's still surviving today. Now, you deployed what, 2 times after you lost your hand?
4 times.
4 times.
Yeah.
Oh crap! All right, there you go. So, you know, that was just enhancing for you because, you know, you can run around. You got a flashlight in one
flashlight.
hand.
Yeah, I could still do all the other stuff I need.
Still doing pretty much everything you need to do. Right on.
And then you know, spare mags, drop pouch in the back here. You know, I carry a lot of flashlights. This is a flashlight I helped design. It's for self-defense.
Got a little bit of a poker on there.
It's
yeah. DNA collector.
Yep, it's personal defense, and then it's got glass breaker on it, and 2 ways to activate it.
Right. So that's kind of cool. Who makes that one?
It's not in production yet.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's coming out.
You saw it here first, folks.
And then also some kind of push knife for self-defense as opposed to a traditional
Check your local laws.
Yep. So.
Right on. Okay, so that pretty much. Now this is just for your keys down here, a little hook.
Yeah, just for keys, or whatever.
Keep them.
Now that being said, I don't wear this gun belt except for on the range, or unless I know something like big is going to happen, which I don't think is going to happen. Mm-hmm. I just go with a traditional hip holster, leather holster, and then spare mags in my pocket with the what is that? The magnet.
Oh, the Neo
mag.
Yeah,
so I run with Neo mags in my pocket, and then go with a traditional leather holster.
Yeah. Well, as we're coming up to like these rigs here, they're not for concealed carry. We're not running around with this. This is kind of, you know, for purpose, right? So I got my full size. Well, it's not quite full size. I went with the TLR7A because I like the way that that light actuates. I can kind of push down there, and it's decent. It's not quite as small as the old light, and it's battery powered. And you know, sometimes I like the old battery power because you know when you put a fresh one in, she's fresh.
That's the advantage, right?
If that one's plugged in all night, you know when you go grab it, it's going to work. So again, 6 of one, half dozen the other. This is the SIG 320. This is the X Carry with the Wilson Combat grip on it. Really like that. So this is my go-to gun these days. I can also conceal carry this one, but I also go with the 365. You know, just for that low threat. You know, everyday carry.
Everyday
type
carry,
stuff. Yeah. There's a number of companies that will make a holster that, you know, Vetter does it, but you have them set it up so that it has the Safariland connector, because I can swap this from one gun belt to another, depending on which, you know, 320 I'm wearing that day, I guess. Some are cut for red dots and different lights, and these days, in the old days, it was like one size fit all, right?
Right.
Now it's like, you know, you got your gun make model,
the
and whatever light you got on there.
Cordura holster that fitted all guns.
Yeah, all guns went in, but not well. Anyway, so that's the setup here. I always have a crotch strap here, and it holds the gun down a little bit, but the biggest thing is it holds the crotch up where it's supposed to be in your pants. That way, you know, you don't get that binding as you're, you know, running around in the woods. Now, always got a multi-tool on here, so I got multi-tool just sits right there, easy day. Got my
pig skinner.
Yeah, pig skinner, whatever you need. Okay, I think that one's a SOG. Got different ones, but this one, it's a good go-to, and it's got the SOG pillar, and it's got that CPM S35VN steel. Apparently, that's like the coolest steel ever for for a knife. Got a little possibles bag. Usually have my shooting gloves in there or whatever, but just lightweight stuff. And then around here, in case I don't have this, and I just grab this and this, I've got at least one mag change. Right. You know, for the rifle.
Yeah, you should have some kind of pouch. Like I have a pouch that can hold.
Yeah, it's just on your belt gear in case you don't have time to grab this, or it's
my question to you: you put your drop pouch up front like that.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a second because I got my these are S-Tac magazine pouches. You know, one for the AR and one for the pistol. Little double one right here. And the reason I put this up here, I'm not planning on throwing a bunch of mags in there, okay? And back in the old days, remember what we used to do? Yeah, that's right. We didn't have body armor on, so we would just unbutton one button on the blouse, and as you emptied your mags, just throw them in there, and so you'd be running around jingling all over the place. Well, it's a similar move though, because when we moved to body armor put it on here, I was like, I pull it out, and it just goes boom right in here. I'm not searching for it. I'm not looking around. It's just drop in here, and 2 mags. If I'm going through more than 2 or 3 mags, you know, we're in a kind of a dick dragger, and you know, that's going to be rare. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, every IAD we did was a dick dragger.
Yeah, yeah.
You had your whole T-shirt full of, and then your shirt would untuck and the magazines would fall out.
Well, what do they tell you, man? The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war, right? And that was the excuse I had, you know, the for torturing us. So we did a lot of sweating. Anyway, so that's let's see, that's guns, gear. So that's pretty much everything we got. You got anything else, man?
Nope.
Okay. So there you have it. A couple different gear setups, something real simple. You know, maximum protection for, you know, well, maximum comfort at the same time for me. And then, yeah, you had yours set up for slightly elevated,
just a little
threat
bit
level.
Nothing, yeah, nothing serious.
So there's a couple of, you know, gear setups for, you know, comfort as well as protection. It's a community. We're part of a community here, guys. So if you have a setup that's different than ours, that, you know, you want to, you know, show somebody, gear@tacticalhyve.com. Send us a picture, you know, list what's on there and how you feel about it and what you use it for. And, you know, that way, you know, if you want us to comment on it, we will, or other guys may see that and get an idea that we haven't presented. We're 2 guys standing in front of a camera, right? So, you know, what the hell? There's a lot of good ideas out there, right? So this is just, we want to start the conversation. And as always, if you like this content, like, subscribe, and leave us some comments.
See you next time.
And if you like this content, like, shut up.
We're gonna make you do the fucking outro.
Yeah.
Starla.